Welcome, everyone. Chris Savaglia with my broadcast partner, Tristan Vector, here on the Solano College Sports Network. Due to technical difficulties, we are in the bottom half of the first. Healdsburg Prune Packers against the Rockville Rockhounds today. Prune Packers put up 3 runs against the starting pitcher, Chris Allen, for the Rockhounds.
Yeah, important for the Rockhounds to get off to a good start offensively, especially considering that their pitching struggled in the top half of that inning, as it has most of this season.
Yeah, I feel like every game that we broadcasted here, the visiting team has always jumped ahead first.
Yeah, scoring first is definitely a big part of having a winning team. You can always come back, but it's so much harder the more that you have to battle back every single game.
As center fielder, Mickey Nunes for the Rockhounds steps in to lead off the bottom half. Nunes, 375 this summer, 14 RBIs. 5 RBIs. One and one. The lineup for the Rockhounds playing center field, Mickey Nunes, as you see. Shortstop on deck, Kevin Sandri. Second baseman, Willy Homza. Nunes takes a strike. Upper part of the zone, down 1-2. Cleaning up for the Rockhounds today, right fielder Max Smith, DHing Grant St. Martin. Playing third base, Carlin Webster. Left field today, but you don't see him there too often, is Jack Pridy. Behind the plate, Brent Frazier, and riding it out for the Rockhounds, first baseman Daniel Page. 2-2. Starting pitcher for the Prune Packers today, Dillon Brown. Nunes check swing. Still waiting on the umpire. He seems out of it. Finally gives a sign.
Third base umpire fell asleep there for a little bit.
As everyone was looking at him. So full count to Nunes as he's able to check his swing on the 2-2. Pitch from Brown. Ground ball over to Pittman. On over to Warren for the first out of the inning.
Now batting shortstop, Kevin Sandri.
It's Kevin Sandri. That bat now. Sandri, 375. 14 RBIs. He's got 24 hits and a 429 on base percentage. So having a very successful summer thus far. Takes a look like a changeup outside part of the zone in there. 0-1.
That was a really nice location on that pitch, outside black.
Definitely came back on the black right there. Started outside of the zone, and I think that's what made Sandri take it. Sandri rips it on over to left field, but foul. Quickly down 0-2.
Yeah, he definitely read that one, but just a little out in front of it. He's got to catch the timing.
Yeah, I think it might have been a changeup again. See what Brown throws here. Haven't seen a breaking ball yet. The 0-2 from Brown. Breaking ball in there. Catches Sandri looking. That was a great pitch right there from Brown.
He's got some terrific movement on that changeup right there. I mean, he absolutely, buckled him right at the knees.
That was something else. First breaking ball we've seen today from Brown, and Sandri caught looking.
Yeah, he was fooled by that one.
So 2 out now. At second baseman, Willy Homza. Switch hitter batting from the left side today against the righty Brown. 1-0.
Yeah, it's fun. We don't see a whole lot of switch hitters here at the college level, especially at the community college. I haven't actually seen a whole lot of those in our broadcast.
I think Homza is one of them, and I want to say there's one more, if I'm not mistaken. I can't think off the top of my head for some reason. I want to say there's someone else. Homza's up 2-0.
Good fastball count here for Homza.
Head down quickly, 3-0. The team is. Rockhounds looking to do some damage, chip away, get back into this ball game. As the Prune Packers, last time we broadcasted, it was a close game up until I want to say around the 7th inning, and I think it was Jamie Smart for the Prune Packers hit a 3-run home run into right center to blast open the ball game, and the Prune Packers ended up winning, I believe, 8-3. So hitters count for Homza, 3-1. Fastball fouled off left side. What do you expect Brown to throw here, even though we haven't seen much of him?
I mean, if I were him, I'd go back to that changeup. That pitch has been lethal to the first couple hitters.
Seems to be in his groove already in the first inning.
He's got really good command of it, too.
Ground ball hit up the middle, off Pittman's glove for a base hit. Goes on into center field. Looked like a hit off the heel of his glove. So that'll go as a single.
Now batting.
Yeah, great job by Homza to just stay right through the ball and hit it right back up the middle. Just missed the pitcher's glove right there.
Yeah, look like Brown might have had a chance at it, kind of reacted too late, went under his glove, and then Pittman decided to go for the casual backhand and hit off the heel of his glove.
I don't think he had much of a chance at that point anyway.
I think Homza probably would have beat that out easy. So I'll bring up right fielder Max Smith.
Pretty sizable lead over there first for Homza.
Homza only 1 stolen base this summer. And he has pretty decent speed too. Kind of shocking. But you don't see the Rockhounds as a team steal in general. Changeup finds the bottom half of the zone, 1-1. Brown sets. Just off the outside part.
Real good eye right there by Max Smith.
Really shows his patience up there at the plate every single time he's up there, and waits for his pitch and his pitch only, and definitely reflects on why he's a D1 athlete playing at UNLV. The 2-1. Changeup hit on up the middle for a base hit for Smith. That'll extend the inning. So first and second, 2 out for power righty Grant St. Martin.
Yeah, it was a real good patience that at bat, like you said. A lot of players try to force things to happen, especially when your team's already down a couple runs, and he really lets the game come to him. He's never in a hurry.
Definitely one of the Rockhounds' better hitters this summer. Brown looks over to Homza at second, delivers. St. Martin grounds on over to Little, takes the easy way over to Pittman to end the inning. Rockhounds unable to capitalize on the first and second. Top half of the second coming up for the Prune Packers. We have Etzel, Pittman, and Nagata.
This is Max Smith. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as right fielder Landon Etzel will lead off in the top half of the second for the Prune Packers. And in the top of the first, Prune Packers jumped on the 3-0 lead against Chris Allen. Nagata had a base hit. Little had a double. Jamie Smart had an RBI single and a stolen base. Cameron Warren had an RBI single. Tofflin flew out to center field. Brodnansky, as Etzel fouls that. Brodnansky had a RBI ground out to Sandri over there short, and Ryder Kuhns ended the inning on a strikeout. As Etzel grounds out on over to Homza, on over the page for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, good job staying with that one by Homza. Routine play right there.
Second baseman, Sawyer Pittman.
Page looked like he kind of, I don't know, the footwork over there just didn't look comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't see him too much at first, but he does split every so often from third where he usually does play. So I'll bring up number 9 hitter Sawyer Pittman, rounding it out. Allen look for a nice, easy bounce back inning, 1-2-3. See if he can do it here.
So Pittman is teammates with Grant St. Martin of the Hounds over there at Sonoma State.
It's a nice baseball program.
It is.
Three and one. I wonder, we'll have to look it up. I wonder what St. Martin's stats were this past season, because he's definitely putting up big numbers so far this summer. Has been able to hold up on a swing. Gets a walk.
Center fielder, Bryce Nagata.
Leadoff hitter Bryce Nagata steps in for his second AB of the day. Yeah, St. Martin, I mean, so far this summer, he's got a 388 average. He has 15 walks. And he's got 18 RBIs in 27 games.
He's got, what, 4 home runs? 3 or 4?
He's got 8 home runs.
8 home runs.
And a 506 on-base percentage.
See, I've never seen in any of the summer league or fall community college seasons where we've broadcast, I've never seen anyone with that kind of power. I mean, we've had a couple guys hit 2 or 3, but 8, he's got a big league swing.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's long, as Allen throws on over the page to keep Pittman over there at first close. It's a long swing. You can tell he kind of pulls off sometimes. Like you said, a major league swing, just hacking up there. But definitely has the power. I mean, sitting at 6, I think it's 6'4", 255. Nagata shows bunt, pulls back.
Yeah, and I mean, the good thing about him, too, is he's not just a one-sided hitter. He has power to all parts of the field. He can hit it opposite field and right up the middle, and he doesn't always go for the home run either. He's situational. He can give you a 2-run single with the bases loaded if that's what you need, instead of swinging for the grand slam and striking out.
Along with his, on-base percentage, his average, everything offensively productive, he does have a lot of strikeouts. He's striking out 25 times. So, obviously, good comes with bad.
Right. And, I mean, that's pretty natural for most power hitters as it is. It's definitely not the norm to find a guy who doesn't strike out a lot but still hits a lot of home runs.
Exactly.
Because, like we said, I mean, it takes a longer swing, a more uppercut style swing to hit a lot of home runs.
Especially being that big. It's just everything kind of, like you just said, I mean, it's slower.
They have a larger strike zone, too.
Exactly. I mean, for example, take Aaron Judge, for example, or, Stanton, just one of those big guys in the bigs, as Little drives out on over center. Under it is Nunes to end the inning. So Allen gets a nice bounce back inning. He doesn't let up any runs. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on base. That'll bring up Webster, Pridy, and Frazier for the Rockhounds in the bottom half.
Hi, this is Garland Webster, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Leading
Welcome
off
back,
the
ladies and
Rockhounds,
gentlemen.
Third baseman Garland Webster.
As third baseman Garland Webster leads it off.
It's going to have to start one hitter at a time for the Rockhounds. They got to find ways to get on base here. They had a couple runners on in the first, weren't able to do anything with that.
I feel like that's been what's happened all summer, that they let up early runs in the first, early part of the game. So Webster takes a strike. Looked like a changeup.
Real low.
Yeah, looked like at the ankles. But that seems to be the problem, is that, you know, they get down early and they just can't seem to find a way to, you know, chip back into the game and even win a game. I mean, the record shows a 9-18.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said for a team with confidence that can play with confidence all the time, and you definitely lose a lot of that if every single time that the game starts you're just starting off behind.
And it's not like the bats aren't going. They obviously, you know, based on the numbers, based from what we've seen, they do have hitters that can hit. That's why it takes a breaking ball for a strike, 1 and 2. They do have hitters that can hit. It's been the pitching. It's been the pitching. They don't have a lot of pitching depth. And honestly, they just throw out guys that are two ways, but necessarily aren't even two ways just because they're thrown into a pitching spot just for a cleanup roll.
Right.
As Webster swings and misses for the first out of the inning. And I just feel like, you know, that's a hard thing for a manager to do, especially Stover. I mean, not having that pitching depth as he's pretty much used to, say, for the Falcons in the spring during the season. But it's just hard.
No, yeah, it's definitely difficult when pitching is the issue, because when it comes to hitting, I mean, the way that you plug different guys into different lineups and all that, I feel like pitching is more important than hitting is in winning teams when it comes to that, because any team that can score a lot of runs, I mean, any team can score a lot of runs on any given day. Out here, we've seen that. We've seen teams come in here with lineups where guys are hitting like 150 and they'll go 3 for 4 on any given day. But if the pitching's solid night in and night out, then you have a lot of confidence in that.
And you see all the teams that they played too, they've had, at least every team or broadcast game I've done, the opposing team does have one of those pitchers that just has that stuff that just keeps the Rockhounds off balance.
Right.
And it's entirely showed. 1 and 2 to Pridy. Brown taking his time up there on the mound. The windup. Pridy looked like it was off the fist, on over to Pittman. 2-1, 2 out.
Catcher Brant Frazier.
So I'll bring up Brant Frazier behind the dish for the Rockhounds today. Brown looking to keep it to 0 runs. They're going to have a nice inning once again as Frazier swings and misses. It looked like on the changeup again. Seems to be Brown's go-to pitch.
Yeah, that pitch has been terrific. He's been able to change some speeds with it. He's hitting all his locations. And it's really seemed to fool most of the Rockhound hitters.
Breaking ball. Just misses.
He's got great movement on his breaking ball, too. Seems like all his pitches are really working right now.
Really seems in his groove, and it's only the bottom half of the second. That breaking ball almost looks like a mixture between a slider and a curveball.
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of looks like a slurve.
It kind of wraps around, kind of winds. Frazier's down 0-2 from that fastball from Brown. See if he can extend the inning for on-deck hitter Daniel Page. Breaking ball left up in the zone. That'll be a base hit for Brant Frazier.
Great job of keeping his hands back and waiting on that pitch. As soon as he saw the break in the ball, he knew where it was headed after having seen that pitch twice this at bat already, and he just hesitated for a half second and waited on it, and he made great contact right up the middle.
Nice smooth swing. Brown let that breaking ball, that literally looked like it was right down the middle. Mistake pitch. So Frazier capitalizes on that to extend the inning for first baseman Daniel Page, rounding it out for the Rockhounds today. Number 9 hitter. He swings and misses on the fastball. Page with the high socks today. Typically see him as a pants low kind of guy.
Maybe he's trying something new, trying to start a rally.
Yeah, looking to change something up as he's hitting 140 on the summer. Brown sets. The pitch. Change up in the dirt. Frazier goes on over second. Throw from Brodnansky. Not in there. Frazier on his way to third. Ball gets away. It looked like from Little and Pittman over there at second. So Frazier able to get on over to third. See if Page can bring him on in.
Yeah, great job by Frazier right there. He recognized that the ball in the dirt was, even though it was blocked a little too far away for the catcher to throw him out, but then the throw came in. It looked like it hit him in the knee after a bounce. Went into the outfield. He was able to get to third with ease.
Able to get past 2 defenders. It looked like Little was at second and Pittman just not there to back him up.
And now you got the pitcher definitely a lot more worried about the runner. I mean, when he's on first with 2 outs, but when you take a chance like that, now you got a runner on third, and he's a little more nervous. You got a good hitter's count here for Page, 3-1.
Nice job from Frazier. As Page fouls that right past Frazier over to the third. Luckily, he was in the foul side.
He's got some quick reflexes.
Very. And yeah, just good job from Frazier being aggressive and able to put pressure on the defense. And Brodnansky made an errant throw, and like you just said, puts a little bit more pressure on Brown up there on the mound.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about how all this stuff's going. It's easy when you're not in any stressful situations, though. As you get a walk here, you put 2 runners on. Now you put him in a little bit of stress, and that really tests exactly how good his stuff is today.
Especially with the top of the order
Now batting
coming
center
up.
fielder,
He's got to be
Nunes.
just a little bit worried. The leadoff hitter, Mickey Nunes, steps in. Nunes 0 for 1 with the ground out. Grounded out over to Pittman at second. Bottom half of the first. First and third, 2 out. Breaking ball from Brown for a strike.
Great first pitch. That's one thing the Rockhounds haven't been doing as well this year, and one of the biggest keys to having solid pitching is first pitch strikes really make a big difference, especially since it needs 1 less strike for a strikeout than you do for a walk. If you could start ahead, you're just going downhill from there.
There's a changeup gone on over to Pittman from Nunes. 2-1 to end the inning. Rockhounds unable to capitalize from the error from Brodnansky behind the plate. So that'll bring up Smart, Warren, and Toughlin for the Prune Packers. The top half
This
of
is
the
Mickey
third.
Nunes, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Leading off.
as Jamie
left
Smart
fielder, Jamie
steps in
Smart.
to lead off the top of the third. Allen looking to get in his groove. Stay with it as he had a nice bounce back inning in the top of the second after getting a 3 in the top of the first. Smart takes a fastball out of the zone. One and one. Lefty-lefty matchup. Smart able to beat the odds as he had a nice RBI single in the first. Smart has 38 RBIs this summer.
Man,
Explosion. Takes a fastball, 2-2 to even up the count.
that was the perfect 2-1 pitch right there to a hitter like that. Outside corner.
He's been all outside to him, so we'll see if Allen goes in here. The 2-2. Breaking ball just got a piece of it. Smart.
Yeah, it looked like Frazier set up inside there, just missed the spot a little bit. Fortunately, no damage done.
The 2-2 again. Breaking ball in the dirt. I'll bring it to a full count.
This is a big pitch right here. He's trying to capitalize off the momentum from last inning where he had that 1-2-3. You don't want to get the leadoff runner on here with the free pass, and you don't want to make a mistake pitch to him.
Free passes aren't good as Smart hits that on over to left field to Pridy for a base hit. Allen hasn't given up that many walks. He's only given up 2 in 9 2/3 innings, which isn't bad.
Not bad at all.
First baseman, Cameron.
But I also feel like that's been a
Warren.
problem for the Rockhounds this summer is they've walked a lot of people. And
Absolutely.
the defense hasn't been, that good.
Yeah, we've seen
add to it.
errors. Almost probably counted on multiple errors a game, seems like.
As Warren fouls that back, right side out of play. And just the mixture between the free passes from the walks and the defensive miscues and just the timing, just everything. It's just not been on the Rockhounds' side. So Warren hits on over to right field. Smith battling the sun, unable to make the play once again. Smart holds up at third. So that'll be a double for first baseman Cameron Warren.
Yeah, it looked like, he got that one way up there in the sun. He just definitely got a bad read off it from the beginning. Couldn't see it as well as he would have liked.
Might have gotten a late jump, but the sun doesn't help. Probably slowed him down.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been an easy play, but if he had seen it all the way, I think he would have been able to run that one down.
I agree. So bring up third baseman Dave Tofflin. Looking to bring in another 2 for the Prune Packers. The wind's picking up here today as Tofflin drives out into right center. Able to drop down, gets away from Smith. That'll play Warren as well as Smart for another 2 runs for the Prune Packers. 5-0.
Yeah, he just misjudged the bounce out there and right. He wasn't going to be able to catch the ball, but then when the ball took the bounce to the right and he lost it, that scored the second run and allowed Tofflin to get to second base.
Just not a good day to start off for Max Smith out there in right. Just having a hard time battling the sun. Brodnansky, catcher for the Prune Packers, steps in. again with the defense. I mean, that was a single with an error from Smith. Should have let up only one, but on the air it lets up two.
And it puts another runner in scoring position.
Brodnansky drives on over to right, and Smith unable to make the play, goes right over his head. That'll be an RBI double for Brodnansky as he switches places with Tofflin.
Yeah, we were talking about the issue Smith was having out there in right, and then there's another one right there. Seemed like a pretty catchable ball.
It did indeed, as it looked like he might have
Ryder
judged it wrong. It looked like he might have thought it was coming right at him and kind of got a late break and jumped up for Savior and unable to make the play.
Yeah, I think he definitely thought it was coming right at him because he froze up there for a good 2-3 seconds just acting as if the ball was coming right at him, and then all of a sudden he makes a big jump and the ball is right over him.
Ryder Kuhns looking to add to this inning.
Now it's all damage control for Allen. Got to try to get somebody out here.
Already three in for the Prune Packers. As Kuhns pops that up over to Sandri for the first out of the inning. Just what Allen needed. Landon Etzel.
right fielder Landon Etzel.
See if Allen got a little bit of confidence from getting out Kuhns there. Brings that into this at-bat. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Allen just looking a little bit tired up there on the mound. Just looked defeated.
He's had a pair of very stressful innings so far. A whole lot of pressure pitches. And not a whole lot of help behind him. He doesn't have a whole lot of confidence in his team.
Etzel takes a fastball in for a strike, 1-1. And that's frustrating for a pitcher, just having your defense. I mean, only one error from Smith, but the other two balls were catchable. Just, again, with the sun and him not getting a good jump, just kind of, messes with a pitcher's head. Just kind of depletes him from his confidence.
Yeah, and then it's hard to get it back because not only is the defense not looking great behind him, but the offense hasn't really had a whole lot of opportunities yet either.
Yeah, Brown so far in the first two innings against the Rockhounds look like he's been entirely dominating. The 1-2 from Allen. Change up, ground out on over to Page first. Able to take it himself. That'll bring Brodnansky on over to third. 2 out now.
Second baseman Sawyer Pittman.
Yeah, we got to get out of this inning right here at the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, you can't let that top of the order and the Prune Packers up once again. As Pittman takes a first pitch fastball out of the zone. One and one. Going back to what we said last inning with the Rockhounds the pitchers not able to get ahead of the hitters. The slider in there for a ball. It really sets up pressure on the pitchers to throw fastballs more often, and I think that's what put them into situations where they get rocked up a lot, is because their pitchers throw so many fastballs. And especially to collegiate athletes, they're not gonna miss a fastball down the middle. They're going to take advantage of that, and they're going to drive that into right field for a base hit, or left field for a home run, or they're not going to miss the fastballs, and I feel like that's what's been the Rockhounds' problem, is not getting ahead of the hitters and using their, breaking stuff or their changeup, the breaking ball.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. At this level, mistake pitches, I mean, they can wind up in the bleachers just that quickly at this point, especially in the summer league with some of the talent we've got out here, some of these D1 players. And
Nagata able to extend the inning. He drives in a run to make it 7-0. Prune Packers.
Center fielder, Bryce Nagata.
Yes. Wait, yeah.
looks like we got someone warming up in the bullpen over there.
So Nagata ground ball over to Homza, able to field it cleanly on over to Page to end the inning. Prune Packers able to jump up on 4 runs at the top of the third. Rockhounds looking to chip away slowly but surely. We have Sandri, Homza, and Smith in the bottom half.
I'm Kevin Sandri, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as shortstop
Kevin
Sandri will lead it off. Dillon Brown looking to stay in his groove. Fastball in there, 0-1.
The Rockhounds got to do something this inning to disrupt his timing and his flow right now because, I mean, their deficit's only growing at this point. They got to get runners on and get runners in.
1-1. And they've done that a couple of times this year. I know one game I broadcasted, it was against the Neptune Beach Pearls. Sandri takes a fastball. Looked like it was outside. Umpire called it a strike. 1 and 2. They were down 9-0 in the first 2 innings, I want to say, and they ended up coming back, tying it up, actually taking the lead 10-9, and then they ended up losing the game as Sandri hits it off Tofflin's leg over there at third, bounces on over to left field. So Smart throws that into Little.
I mean, that could be what they need right there, just a little error here and there.
Second base.
Slowly
Have
but surely.
Healdsburg help them out.
Put pressure on the defense. Play a little small ball, see what see what happens there.
They could just keep chipping away at it. They could always have Sandri go deep and Homza throw him a touchdown pass.
There you
whichever
go.
works.
Change up in the dirt. But yeah, going back to what I said about the Neptune Beach Bros game, they ended up coming back. It showed, that they can overcome that adversity, the tough.
Right.
I mean, coming at 9-0 is really hard to do, no matter who you are. And they ended up coming back, taking the lead, and then unfortunately they ended up losing the game 19-18. But it shows that they are capable of coming back into this game.
And it definitely says a lot to kind of the whole MO of the whole season too. The way that it's been, like, it's not been the offense, it's been the pitching. There've been lots of games like that, high scoring.
Very high scoring games. And I mean, if you don't have pitching, you can't really do anything. Pitching is the foundation. Pitching wins you championships. As Homza drives that into right field. Off the wall. As Sandri's on his way home, Homza on his way to third. The throw from Pittman. Out of there. So Homza is credited an RBI double and out, trying to extend it on over to a triple.
Man, that was a terrific relay. A great throw from right field and then just a terrific relay from the cutoff. I knew it was going to be a close play over there, but I thought he was going to be able to get in.
Yeah, Homza, excellent speed. And based on the ball and where Etzel's playing in right field, you thought it would be a triple, but just like you said, amazing relay. And, couldn't ask for much more. Just went smooth, and Prune Packer is able to throw out Homza at third.
Yeah, I mean, that's playing the right way. They're not fazed by the fact that they just gave up a run. They know they still got the lead, pretty big lead too, and they just calmly got that out right there.
Smith drives that on over to center field. Back goes Nagata. Track, wall, hits off the warning track. Bottom half of the wall. That'll be a double for Max Smith.
All right, they're starting to rake a little bit.
Starting to get some good pieces off of Brown. Seeing the ball better.
Yeah, those three straight powerful swings to end the at-bats.
Let's see if St. Martin can get the ball out of here this time. So we all know he's capable of doing it.
We all know you're capable of predicting a home run, too.
This is true. I think it was it his home run?
It was, if I remember right. Or maybe it was Kirby, bro. I can't remember.
Actually, I think it might have. It was Finley.
Oh,
Logan
it was Finley.
Finley.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he hit that one out to center.
Because he had a couple good swings earlier,
Yeah.
you mentioned, and you were like, I think he's just going to hit this one out.
St. Martin down 0-1. Look, that might have been a fastball. Some come back on the outer part of the zone from Brown. Brown sets. Looks on over to Smith at second. The pitch. 1-1. A home run from St. Martin here would definitely boost the confidence for the Rockhounds and without a doubt put them back in this ballgame.
For sure. I mean, they're never really out of it with that offense, but it would definitely make things look a lot better at this point in the game.
2-1.
I'm trying to figure out where exactly that outside of the plate ends for this umpire, because it seems like he's been calling that a strike most of the game.
Yeah, he called that breaking ball outside to Sandri, his first at bat. Caught him looking. So kind of inconsistent. As St. Martin drives out on over to left center. That'll be in the gap for a base hit. Smith will score. St. Martin on his way to second to switch spots with Smith. That'll bring it 7-2.
Nobody this inning has had a poor swing. Everybody's had a really good swing so far.
Now batting third
Yeah,
base.
all solid contact.
Webster.
All in the gaps. It's just this inning seemed to be a turnaround for the Rockhounds.
Have a little visit here at the mound. Try to settle Brown back down, get him back into the zone he was in before the Rockhounds catch up. There had been some action in the pen for the Rockhounds. Seems that it's subsided.
It's Webster looking to add to the Rockhounds this inning. They have 3 hits, 3 straight doubles. Change up inside, 1-1. Brown gets the side from Brodnansky. Delivers. Off his foot is Webster. Looks like it got him right on the instep of his left foot. Looks a little shaken up. That's always frustrating for a batter. Just depletes you up there. Just to kind of, you know, breaks your, I guess you could say, wind from your sail. As, you know, as a pitcher, if you see someone do that, you go in the same spot once again because you know they're going to do the same thing or they're going to be afraid to swing at it. See if Brown goes back in. Breaking ball in there. Caught Webster looking. 1-2.
Bended back in the zone kind of late there. It looked like it was coming towards Webster for a minute, and then it curved right back into the zone. It was a great pitch.
A lot of break to that breaking ball. Has the Rockhound hitters fooled so far. The 1-2. Hit on over to Little. Little throws one on over to Toughlin. To Pittman to catch St. Martin in the rundown for the second out.
That was great awareness right there by the shortstop. He could have easily settled for the easy out and gone over to first base with it, but he turns,
left fielder, Jack
makes the
Pridy.
play over to get the lead runner into a rundown. They did the rundown perfectly, and now you've got a runner over at first with 2 outs.
Just some errant base running from the Rockhounds this inning. St. Martin over there, right there, from the pickle, going from second to third, and the Homza trying to extend it. I wonder what could have happened if both of them ended up, you know, doing the job.
Sure.
Pridy swings and misses on the inside changeup. The 0-1 from Brown. Swing and a miss again. 0-2. See if Brown goes to the breaking ball here. He does, but out of the zone. Might have been a setup pitch here. Webster with a decent lead at first. Change up in the dirt. Webster goes on over to second. No throw from Brodnansky behind the dish as Webster got a great jump.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, he got a good jump, but it seems like there might have been a play down there if Brodnansky had thrown it. I think that Frazier's play earlier in the game and him having thrown it away probably had been playing in his mind, so I think that was a result of Frazier that he chose not to throw it down there. Which is, I mean, good on Frazier.
Oh, without a doubt. And Pridy swings and misses to end the inning. Rockhounds able to score 2 in the bottom half of the third. Prune Packers top of the fourth. We have Little, Smart, and Warren.
This is Grant St. Martin. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as shortstop for the Prune Packers, Grant Little. We'll lead it off
Leading
here.
off, shortstop, Grant Little.
Looks like there is action in the Rockhounds bullpen. First pitch strike to Little, 0-1.
Allen's got to stay ahead of the hitters this inning. Keep that momentum. The Rockhounds got a couple runs there in the bottom of the third.
Little drives out on over to right center. Nunes, unable to make the play. Little on his way to second for a double. Looks like Nunes was there, but went right over his glove in right center.
And another defensive mistake for the Rockhounds behind Allen.
Just keeps on
fielder.
turning.
Jamie Smart.
And especially in the outfield. I mean, we've seen a lot of mistakes on ground balls for the Rockhounds this year, but when it comes to the outfield, this is kind of, we've seen a few mistakes here, but this is kind of new for us to see all these misjudged and missed catches out to the outfield.
Yeah, outfield seems to be, like you said, good so far. And the fact that they're adding to this, defensive, I don't even know what you want to call it, just does not help, especially for the pitchers. Fastball out of the zone.
Little's been messing around over there with a huge lead.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to take off and get a fantastic jump, but held up because shortstop Kevin Sandri looked like he was breaking to the bag. Smart pops that up left side. Has room as Pridy. Pridy makes the basket catch for the first out. How about that?
Over the shoulder. That was a tough play.
Tough play over there at third. Foul territory down the left field line. But Webster
First base,
able to make the play.
Cameron Warren.
So Allen gets a nice sigh of relief there on a tough play. So I'll bring up Cameron Warren. RBI single and a double with the run scored as he swings and misses on the first pitch fastball. And after Rockhounds putting up 2, this is where they definitely need to keep the damage where it's at in 7 runs. Don't want the Prune Packers to keep adding. Allen. No one was there over at second for Allen. Just kind of just twisted and kept Little close there at the back.
Yeah, I think he kind of faked Little into thinking there was someone behind him.
Breaking ball misses. 2-1. It looks like it's number 43, Jason Witch for the Rockhounds, warming up. Righty. Little playing with Allen over there at second. 2-2. That looked like a couple balls off the plate there. Just
Yeah,
looks like
the strike zone is really large on one side, and it seems kind of
just
almost
keeps on
shifted.
extending.
Yeah.
Almost. The 2-2. Breaking ball misses. Going to a full count for Warren. That was a good miss right there from Allen.
Definitely.
Lower part of the zone. Didn't want to leave it up or, middle part and missed inside or out where Warren could have had a chance to hit it. Little's dancing over there at second. Allen steps off. They're staring each other down.
I don't think I've seen any kind of dance moves like that before in the base paths.
I don't think Allen really appreciates it that he's doing that, as he just had like a quick 5-second stare down.
Looks like, have you seen the movie 42 where Jackie Robinson's bouncing around a second before he steals?
As Warren strikes out looking, does not agree with that call. However, that'll still be 2 out.
Third baseman.
He thought for sure he was heading down to first base.
He was about to do the bat flip and everything and held up as the umpire kind of called it late.
Yeah, he definitely hesitated.
So Tofflin looking to extend the inning. Had that error going on in third that started the little rally for the Rockhounds, bringing in 2. Two and 0. Looks like Little might be getting to Allen's head over there at second, playing with them so much. The 2-0. Tofflin flies that on over to left. Under it is Pridy to end the inning. So Allen has a nice bounce back inning, doesn't give up any runs. Prune Packers unable to capitalize. That'll bring up Frazier, Page, and Nunes for the Rockhounds.
I'm Daniel Page, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Leading off for the Rockhounds,
Welcome back.
catcher Brant Frazier.
As number 10, Brant Frazier steps on in. We have a new pitcher for the Prune Packers.
Pitching for Healdsburg will be Seamus Lyons, 13.3 innings pitched, and a 338 earned run average, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks.
Not too shabby.
He's definitely a high strikeout guy if you look at those totals, 13 and a third with 12 strikeouts.
13 and third innings, 5 earned runs allowed. Not too bad. He's given up 13 hits. First pitch from Lyons, fouled back from Frazier. Right side out of play, 0-1.
Yeah, it sounds like he's used to pitching under stress then if he's giving up 13 hits and 7 walks, 20 base runners, 13 in the third innings. But considering his earned run average, seems to be pretty good at pitching with runners on.
Pitching out of trouble. Breaking ball in there. 1-2. Working quickly as Lions. Ground ball on over to Pittman. Warren moves on over back to first as he was attempting to make a play. Backtrack to first for the first out of
Now
the inning.
batting, first baseman Daniel Page.
It's Daniel Page. Comes on up. Page walked his first time up. Fouls it off the first base side. On over to Coach Bobby for the Rockhounds. Lions, small guy, but he looks intimidating up there on the mound with the low hat. And just kind of flings it last second. Breaking ball finds the zone. Quickly down 0-2 is Page.
Yeah, he's got a real good breaking ball. So far, the movement on that pitch, he's able to hit his locations with it. I wonder why they brought Brown out so early, though. The way he was pitching, maybe they're just trying to get a lot of guys work today.
Yeah, I was just going to say, probably to get the pitchers work. That's the whole point of summer ball, obviously, is that people get their work in, put them in certain situations, everything like that. And Brown pitched wonderful today.
He did. And they got another pitcher up in the bullpen.
Looks like it's number 30. Mickey Vega warming up in the Prune
Center
Packers
fielder, Mickey
bullpen
Nunes.
as Daniel Page just struck out swinging for the second out. I'll bring up Mickey Nunes. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Nunes 2 groundouts, both to second baseman Pittman. Breaking ball in there once again, down 0-2. Seems to be his sequence, fastball, curveball, and then anything else. Don't know which one. Fastball grounded up the middle. Little fields it cleanly. On over to Warren for a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning for Lions. So Lions, great job in working in his first inning of relief. As I bring up Brodnansky, Kuhns, and Etzel for the Prune Packers in the top half of the fifth.
Hi, I'm Coach Bobby. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back.
Leading off, catcher Cole Brodnansky.
As catcher Cole Brodnansky will lead it off for the Prune Packers. And we have a new pitcher on the mound, number 43, Jason Witch. Witch at the College of Marin. Brodnansky flies out and over to right field. Under it is Smith for the first out of the inning.
Maybe he needed a play out there and right to gain a little confidence back.
Nice simple fly ball.
He struggled with that one a little bit too. He took
DH.
3 steps in and then went
Ryder Kuhns.
3 steps back. But overall, I mean, it's a solid play to make, you know, get a little confidence and you have an easy, lazy fly ball out to right. Sometimes you just need to see it go in the glove.
Really just emphasize that. As DH Ryder Kuhns fouls that back right side. See if Witch can keep the damage where it's at in his inning of relief as Kuhns grounds on over to Sandri over short. On over to new first baseman Kenny Quilliton for the second out of the inning. As Page moves on over to left, and it looks like Jack Pridy is out of the game.
Etzel.
Looks like both teams are getting some guys some work in there. Moving
Seems
people
to-
around, trying to empty the bench a little bit.
Seems to be the type of day for that. One and 0. Wart's working quickly. Etzel swings and misses. See if he can get a nice 1-2-3 inning. Changeup finds the outside part of the zone. Looks like it might hit the black for a 1-2 count now.
It was a shin strike.
A real interesting call. That looked like a little, just a little low.
Yeah, it looked like, I mean, honestly, it looked a little outside and a little low. That's a tough pitch to hit if you're a hitter. I mean, there's the times where you look at the umpire and you're like, I don't know what you want me to do with that one, but
Etzel swings and misses, and that'll end the inning. Which with a great job of work out of the bullpen for a nice 1-2-3 inning. That'll bring up Sandri, Homza, and Smith. Rockhounds looking to get back into this ball game.
Hi, I'm Scott Stover, General Manager of the Rockville Rockhounds, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back.
Leading up for the Rockhounds, shortstop Kevin Sandri.
Kevin Sandri will lead it off here. Lions still in the ball game for the Prune Packers.
he made such quick work there in the bottom of the 4th. No reason not to bring him back out.
Swing and a miss from Sandri on the fastball.
I don't even know if he got over 10 pitches there in the last inning.
Roughly, I think it was like a 1-2-3 type pitch sequence as he throws the breaking ball, hit on over to Pittman. 2-1 for the first out. Nice solid contact from Sandri, just happened to be over to Pittman.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't always control when you make solid contact.
Second
To a point, you
baseman,
can angle your
Willy
bat
Homza.
certain ways, but sometimes you just hit it right at somebody.
That's just the unfortunate part of the game. Hit them when they ain't, is what I've heard. As second baseman Willy Homza will step on up.
It's one of the easiest things to say to a kid. It's like, yeah, just hit it where it ain't. Yeah, it's that easy, you know?
Sounds so simple, but so tough. Breaking ball outside.
Homza ahead in the count here. Single and a double for him so far today. He's been making solid contact. He was one of the only hitters on the Rockhounds that really figured Brown out. Pretty much seems like every time he came up.
Him and Max Smith both with 1 double and 1 single. 3-1.
A real good eye here. Good patience from Homza. He's not trying to force anything. He's letting the pitches come to him. Hasn't seen one that he likes yet.
Here, 3-1 count. You can definitely sit on the pitch you want only.
And he didn't find it, and he takes the walk.
So Rockhound's able to get a base runner.
Now batting right
Here with
fielder,
one out.
Max Smith.
It's Max Smith. Will step on up. Lefty-lefty matchup. Seen a lot of those today.
Yeah, more so than usual for sure. Good opportunity here with 1 out. You got Grant St. Martin on deck. Trying to get some base runners on for him, the table setters.
Yeah, if you can get Smith on here with St. Martin on deck and maybe line throw a mistake pitch and St. Martin capitalizes, that'll put the Rockhounds right back into this ball game.
Absolutely, and you got Webster on behind him. Some big power.
1-1 to Smith. Line sets, looks on over to Homza. Homza just gets back as he was fooled from the pickoff attempt from Lyons.
That was a pretty good move right there.
That was a really good move. Fooled me out even.
It's cool. You can see the bullpen from that shot on first base. You can see the pitcher warming up.
2-1.
Just missed one inside. First time we've seen Lyons out of the stretch so far today. See if maybe it breaks up his command a little bit.
Might put him out of a rhythm. What the Rockhounds need. Curveball misses the zone.
That one's
3-1.
been a strike all day long.
He's been calling it outside to a righty, but he doesn't call it inside to a lefty. So he loves the outside part of the plate. So 3-1 count for Smith. Can look for his pitch. See if Lyons throws the fastball here. He does. On over to right field for a base hit. Homza stays put at second. First and second with St. Martin coming up.
Yeah, great job right there. Station to station for Homza, not trying to force too much. Smith did a great job of, taking
DH.
advantage of the first
Grant
baseman
St.
having to
Martin.
hold the runner over at first. He put that one right where the first baseman would be normally.
And great patience from Smith once again, showing why he's playing at the college he is. As he had a couple close calls, it looked like they were good pitches, just missed off the black, and Smith didn't attempt on them and just looked for his pitch. St. Martin takes a fastball lower part of the zone.
Yeah, and credit to both Homza and Smith. The at-bats that they put together today in a game where the Rockhounds have been struggling on, both sides and offensively, defensively, all of that. They're both 3 for 3 in getting on base at this point.
Yeah, Homza 462 on base percentage with Smith with the 413 So both guys can get on base majority of the time. St. Martin's quickly down 0-2. Lions gets the sign from Brodnansky. The 0-2. 1-2.
A good eye from Martin. Lions wanted to see a head 0-2 if kind of a waste pitch. Wanted to see if he could get him to chase a little bit.
That'll probably set up the breaking ball here. Might do a back foot slider. But throws the fastball again out of the zone, 2-2.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same exact pitch as the last one. Maybe he's just trying to locate it on the outside corner and he can't hit.
Typically you see low and away to power hitters. You don't see anything up in the zone, but he's left those two up. Luckily they haven't hit the zone. St. Martin swings and misses for the second out. Looked like a mistake pitch from Lions, but St. Martin unable to capitalize.
Yeah, it looked like they tried that fastball again, going for the outside corner, but he got way too much plate with it, and fortunately for Lions, Martin did not get a hold of that one.
Got real lucky. He looks a bit shaken up, kind of looks out of rhythm since he's been out of the stretch.
Right. Yeah, definitely. It took them getting some base runners on to see that he's struggling a little bit coming out of the stretch. They got to take advantage of that here.
Ball gets away from Lions. Brodnansky able to corral that. Homza had a huge lead over at second. Looked like he might have taken off. But Little was on his way to second, kind of faking him out to keep him stay put. Webster fouls that left side to the Rockhounds railing. 1-1. Webster looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. Lions turns for the pickoff. No one there to keep Homza put at second. Lions looks in for the sign. Sets. Delivers. Swing and a miss from Webster. Looked like a changeup from Lions. Webster down 1-2.
Where do you think he goes with the strikeout pitch here? You think he goes back to the breaking ball? You think he goes fastball?
I'd go breaking ball back foot, but with what he's done, he might go fastball up in the zone. As he does, and Webster swings and misses to end the inning. Rockhounds unable to score a run. So for the Prune Packers on the top of the 6th, we have Pittman, Nagata, and Little looking to add to the 7-2 lead.
I'm Kenny Quilton. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back, as second baseman Sawyer Pittman for the Prune Packers will lead it off here in the top of the 6th. Which still in the ballgame for the Rockhounds, getting a second inning of relief. Pittman 1 for 1 with a single, walk, and RBI. Takes a breaking ball first pitch for a strike.
Yeah, Witch had a great first inning there.
Pittman drives that into left field. Page able to make the play for the first out.
He had a runner reach due to an error, but then retired the next 3 batters in order, pop out, a strikeout, and a fly out. So really almost like a 4-out inning if you would.
So I'll bring up center fielder Bryce Nagata. Nagata 1 for 2. Or excuse me, 1 for 3. Takes a fastball in, 1-0. Shows bunt, pulls back for a ball, 2-0. Fouls that left side. Able to make the play over there in the Rockhounds dugout is. Looks like Gutierrez or even
Showing
Campbell.
off the little skill right there.
Got a shows bunt, pulls back, but it's a strike. That'll bring it to even the count, 2-2.
Definitely not going to be able to show bunt here. He's going to be swinging away with 2 strikes. Not sure why he wanted to bunt so badly, though. He was ahead in the count, 2-0.
He found a fastball on that 2-1 and showed bunt. Doesn't look comfortable, I guess, up there at the plate against Witch. Bring to a full count as Witch works quickly with a quick pitch. Nagata able to foul it off right side to stay alive. The 3-2 from Witch. Swung on right over to Webster for the second out on the liner.
And Nagata stayed with it, but just like last inning we were talking about, sometimes you hit it hard, you hit it right at somebody.
It looked like he was out in front of that slider. Got a good piece, but nonetheless hit it to Webster over at third for the second out. So that'll bring up Grant Little, who's 2 for 3 on the day, 2 doubles.
Yeah, that swing with the front arm, when the front arms comes loose and he finishes the swing off with one hand, is often a good sign as a pitcher if you're getting guys to swing out a little too early.
One hitter is off balance and on their front foot. If you can do that, you'll have great success without a doubt. Fastball finds the zone, 1-1. Little hits on over to Webster. To Quilliton to end the inning. Again, another 1-2-3 inning for Witch, keeping the Rockhounds in this game. That'll have Webster, Pridy, or excuse me, Quilliton and Frazier for the Rockhounds in the bottom half.
Hey, I'm Wyatt McCampbell. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Leading off for
Welcome
the Rockhounds,
back
first
as
baseman Kenny Quilliton.
first baseman Kenny Quilliton will come up for his first AB of the day.
Got Justin Giovannoni pitching now for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. 28 innings of work, 225 earned run average, 19 strikeouts, 17 hits, and 17 walks. Definitely likes to play with fire. He's had 34 base runners in 28 innings, but only a 2.25 ERA.
Quilliton takes a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, and out of those 34 base runners, at least, he's only given up 7 of those earned. Quilliton fouls it back quickly, 0-2.
Yeah, he definitely does a good job of pitching under pressure, which Lions had the same thing. We were looking at well over a base runner per inning, but a very low ERA.
Quilliton just gets a piece of the breaking ball. Stays alive.
Giovannoni doing a good job of getting ahead of the count. Right off the bat, that's always a good thing when you're coming out of the bullpen. You want to get first pitch strikes.
As Quilliton swings and misses on the breaking ball from Giovannoni for the first out. Rockhound hitters just seem not balanced up there at the plate. Just kind of seem off guard. And all the Prune Packers pitchers have kept them, you know, not in their zone like we see them usually.
Right.
Bring up catcher Brant Frazier as he swings and misses first pitch. And what I've seen from every pitcher so far for the Prune Packers is first pitch fastball, second pitch breaking ball. Another quickly down 0-2 as Frazier hits that down the right field line. That'll drop in for a hit for at least 2. Frazier stays put at second for the double.
Yeah, great swing right there by Frazier. He was looked like he was going to be a little late on it, but he got good contact down the right field line. Always a real plus when you can hit opposite field.
Yeah, stay in,
especially for power.
Stay in the, you know, inside the ball. Because a lot of people, when they try to hit right field, they kind of drop their shoulder. They kind of just slice it. And, you know, Frazier did a good job in staying short, compact, and driving that into right field for a nice double. So I'll bring up Page. He grounds out over to Tofflin. Tofflin unable to make the play as it hits off the heel of his glove. Stover sending Frazier. Here's the throw. Safe is Frazier. Page on over to second. So I'll bring it to 7-3. Good base running over there from Page.
Yeah, definitely. He got a good read on it. It's the second time we've seen a ball hit over there to Tofflin, and he's just not been able to handle it.
It looks like he's been sitting back and waiting for the hop instead of actually going to the ball and finding his own hop.
Yeah, he's been kind of waiting on the in-between hop instead of heading towards it and charging the ball.
Which you don't want to obviously do, as it both times is eating him up. Leadoff hitter Mickey Nunes takes a first pitch fastball low.
The Rockhounds will take it. Like we said earlier, when he made an error over third and they got a runner on, they ended up scoring both their runs that inning. And so if they can get an error or some luck, I mean, whatever it takes to get that momentum turned.
So wind's picking up here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Nunes fouls that out of play right behind us. Brings it to 1-2. Giovannoni sets. The pitch. Foul back from Nunes again. Stays alive.
He's doing a good job of battling here, staying alive. He knows this is an important at-bat at this point in the game here. Got a runner in scoring position. 4 runs doesn't look so bad at this point. especially with the bullpen getting a couple 1, 2, 3 innings in a row, a little bit of faith restored in the pitching staff.
Yeah, as long as the pitching can keep them in this game and keep them at 7 runs, as Nunes drops it into center, but Little able to make the play on the diving catch. How about that play? Laid out, full extension for the second out.
And Nunes caught that one, kind of fisted him a little bit.
Kevin Sandri.
So the ball hung up, but I think the wind that's blowing kind of to the right a little bit, but it's really kind of killed that ball right there because that thing looked like it was heading right up the middle. He didn't look like he was going to have time to get over there.
Little with a great jump on the ball and great speed, able to lay out and save his pitcher. So that'll be 2 out with Kevin Sandri up. Daniel Page still over there at second. Sandri takes a fastball in. Sandri fouls it back. Out of play. Sandri 0 for 3 on the day, but does have a run scored on the error from Tofflin in the 3rd inning. Looking for his first hit. 2-1. Page with a decent lead over there at second. Sandri drives it up the middle. Page coming on home. He will score standing up. That'll bring the game 7-4. Sandri with a nice RBI single.
A great at bat right there by Sandri. Way to stay back, hit that one right up the middle. He went right through the baseball.
Homza.
And I mean, 7-4 now. This game's looking a lot closer.
And definitely if the top of the order can pick it up, which they have been, as you have Willy Homza, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a walk, and Max Smith right behind him, same with 3 for 3 day. I mean, you get this middle of the order started, it's a scary lineup. Homza flies out on over center. Looks like Nagata is under it to end the inning. Rockhounds able to jump on a run, get back into this game, 7-4. That'll bring up Smart, Warren, and Tofflin in the top half of the 7th.
This is Evan Facina. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back. As Jamie Smart, left fielder for the Prune Packers.
Leading off, left fielder Jamie Smart.
Looking to add a little bit of insurance. He takes a curveball from Witch for a strike. 1-1 on the changeup in the dirt. Working quickly from coming in from the bullpen, working in relief as Smart drives that over to Sandri for the first out of the inning.
Nice play over there by Sandri. It was a good hop, timed the jump perfectly.
First baseman.
Timed that perfectly.
Warren.
He got up too. Cameron Warren up now. 2 for 3 on the day.
Ooh.
Swings and misses. Healthy cut.
That was a very hesitant swing right there. He seemed like he was all in for it, and then at the last second he was like, oh, I don't know.
He pops it up to first baseman Quilliton. Able to make the play for the second out. That'll be 8 in a row set down for Wooch.
Third baseman, Dane Tofflin.
Yeah, safe to say he's on fire. You combine that with the last 3 outs that Allen got, you've got 11 straight put down by the Rockhounds pitching. Keeping themselves in the game here as the offense starts to catch up.
That's exactly what they need. Strong pitching performance. The offense can chip in. As slider just misses.
That one looked like it got in there.
Looked like it found the plate, but umpire doesn't agree with us. Obviously, you know why we're not behind the plate.
Oof.
As again, close pitch, 2-0.
My man, you gotta call those.
They look pretty good from back here in the booth and even on our monitor. Slider in the dirt brings it to 3-0.
Maybe he heard us talking about this 11 straight streak, and he's like, no, we got to get a guy on base, you know.
Anything to break us, right? Umpire doesn't help.
That broadcaster's jinx, you know.
That'll be a 4-pitch walk to Tofflin.
Or as I like to call it, the 2-strike walk.
Looks like Wooch was a little frustrated he didn't get those first 2 calls. That looked like they found the zone. That would have been an entirely different at-bat.
Clay Colzer.
So we have a pinch hitter for Cole Brodnansky and Clay Colzer, number 8 for the Prune Packers. Takes the first pitch out of the zone. Colzer, .224 average this summer, 11 walks. So definitely a guy that can get on base, put a little pressure on the Rockhounds.
Which hasn't been able to throw a strike after those couple calls.
Yeah, as he's thrown 6 straight balls. Swing and a miss from Colzer. A bit surprised he swung.
Yeah, I know. When a guy throws that many balls in a row, you want to make him throw a strike first.
Which sets the 2-1. Fastball out of the zone, 3-1. And if he walks him here, this is where Frazier needs to go out and talk to his pitcher. Maybe calm him down, get him back into his groove. As he walks him, so that'll be first and second here. Prune Packers, and he does go out to talk to his pitcher.
DH, Ryder Kuhns.
Probably told him to take it easy. Do what you were doing in the batters before. Don't let the umpire get to him, because it looks like it kind of has.
Yeah.
Umpire hasn't helped this inning.
Into his head a little bit.
This DH, Ryder Kuhns, looking to extend the inning once again. First pitch fastball finds the zone. Up 0-1.
Taking advantage of that really big outside zone.
And if I was Witched up there on the mound, I'd take full advantage of that. I'd give him fastball, sliders away, and just kind of keep edging the sliders more and more out.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that should be his bread and butter at this point. You know that it's going to be hard for the hitter to even make good contact. when you got a pitch that far outside being called a strike. So I'd live off that.
Which hangs the slider for base hit in the left field for Kuhns. Coming on home is Smart, or excuse me, Toughlin. So that'll be an RBI single for Ryder Kuhns.
And Witch has got to just put that behind him and get this next batter.
Landon Etzel.
He's been really uncomfortable after that first walk.
Yeah, I got 2 out quickly, and 2 walks and an RBI single extends the inning, which looks a little out of it. Looking to end this inning and keep the damage at 1 run.
And we've mentioned multiple times this game what it's like, the differences between pitching out of the windup and pitching, out of the stretch in stressful situations. And for which he hadn't had a base runner at all until that first walk. And once he started pitching out of the stretch, he's been terribly off balance and not been able to command his pitches.
He finds the zone again on the fastball. Etzel's down quickly, 0-2.
It's funny we haven't been seeing him call the inside pitch on the lefty.
Probably the first one we've seen today, to be honest with you. See what Witch throws here. Fastball out. Probably going to be a setup pitch. Might be a back foot slider or breaking ball from Witch. Might come back inside with the fastball again. The 1-2. 1-2 fastball hits Etzel. That'll load the bases. That'll bring up Sawyer Pittman.
Man, he finally got ahead of one of these hitters. Got him down 0-2 and then have the bad end like that. I mean,
he looks out of it. I mean, ever since, it's weird. 8 straight, and then he sets, 2 walks, a single, and a hit by pitch. I mean, you don't know if he's working too quickly or, something's messing with his head.
Yeah, it's hard to really explain right now. It's almost like 2 different guys.
Oh, I know. And just a matter of, again, just one batter took it all. So we have a pinch hitter for the Prune Packers, Steven Kalina. Takes a first pitch strike on the fastball from Witch, deciding to go out of the windup might be his more comfortable suit. Breaking ball misses. 1-1.
Yeah, interesting. He gets to go back to the windup here with the bases loaded. He's looked almost unhittable out of the windup.
Probably why he went back here. I mean, base runner gets on, he's out of the stretch, and that's when kind of things went downhill for him. So the changeup, grounded up the middle. That'll get on for a base hit. 2 runs will score. Thrown over third. Gets away from Webster. That'll bring Etzel home. 3-run score for the Prune Packers. That'll bring it 10-4. Great piece of hitting from Kalina. And then just an errant throw from Nunes in center. Just happened to get by Webster. Nagata drives the first pitch fastball into center field. That'll play Kalina to extend the lead to 12-4. Prune Packers.
And the wheels are just completely falling off here for Witch. It's that broadcaster's jinx, I'm telling you. We were talking about this stretch where like 8 straight batters retired. He's like, bet. Let's put 6 more on.
Yeah, right when I said that, that's when things went downhill.
Good block. It's so tough to see, too, because he gets the first 2 batters out to start the inning off, so you got nobody on and 2 outs. It seems like just a carefree, harmless inning. And next thing you know, he just can't get that final out. They batted around now.
And some pitchers have a problem as Little hits on over to right field for a base hit. Little on his way to second for a double. Nagata holds up on a third. Second and third. Still 2 out for the Prune Packers with Jamie Smart, who led off the inning, coming on up for a second plate appearance.
And nobody over there in the bullpen for the Rockhounds.
Looks like they're just letting Witch do his thing.
Smart.
They want to get him to just get that last out, get out of this thing.
And you wonder if maybe the hitters of the Prune Packers might have told the others, what Witch's pitch sequences were. He might have told them, look for first pitch fastball. And that's what they've been doing. The past few hitters have been first pitch fastball as Smart fouls the breaking ball right side just past Quilliton. Down 0-1. Little jumped on the first pitch fastball, got a double out of it. Nagata first pitch fastball, RBI single. Seems to be that, that seems to be the thing against Witch, that he's going to throw strikes, and the Prune Packers are going to take advantage of that.
Definitely. Struggled with his command through 2 of those batters, but yeah, some of the other hits has been him finding the zone. He's just not been able to fool anybody.
Maybe throwing too many strikes, as odd as that may sound. O2 just misses.
Would have been nice to get that call in the outside corner. Would have been a little generous, but he really needs it right now.
1-2. That might set up the breaking ball here. To Smart. See what Witch does here. Change up. Just gets a piece of it. Smart fouls that left side right over the Rockhounds dugout. The Prune Packers have plated 5 this inning alone. Smart again fouls that left side to stay alive. See, this is where he's down 1-2. Smart is, and Witch is throwing 2 soft pitches away. This is where you come in with the fastball, jam him in on the hands.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me. Let's see what he does. Oof.
Stays with the breaking ball, misses low in the dirt, evens it up at 2-2.
Yeah, it's a tough call right there. He hasn't had. It's not a bad call, but he hasn't had the command with the breaking ball really. So you'd like to see him go back to the fastball here.
That seemed to be his go-to pitch before the wheels started falling off as Smart fouls the fastball back.
It's kind of tough because it's like the breaking ball right now. He's not locating it. But the fastball isn't fooling any of these hitters. They gotten a couple real good swings off it, so it's like... it's 2 evils right now. Which one are you going to call?
And the changeup, he throws rarely. He's mixed it into Smart, but Smart hasn't been fooled, and he's fouled them both back to at least stay alive.
Yeah, he doesn't seem as confident in throwing his changeup.
It's a breaking ball hit up the middle, right past Homza, off of his glove. That'll bring in Nagata and Little to extend the lead 14-4. Prune Packers.
Yeah, that little nick off the glove at second is what allowed that second runner to score. He stopped over at third and then was able to get going and score still standing up.
He looked like he was stopped up just right in past third, looking in center field, and realized that the ball did hit off of Homza's glove, and he had more than enough time to score. So it'll be a 2 RBI single for Jamie Smart, who now has 3 RBIs on the day. Breaking ball in there. Warren down 0-2. Which looking to get out of this inning. The 0-2. Fastball gets away from Frazier. That'll be a wild pitch. Smart moves on over to second. Looks like Wooch kind of muscled up on that and got the ball away from him. Which sets the 1-2. Slider hung up in the zone. That'll fall for a base hit from Warren. Here comes Smart. Here's the throw. He's in there. Gets under the tag from Frazier. It looked like Frazier had the ball. Just tagged him higher up on the chest, it looked like. And Smart with a good slide able to get in.
Yeah, it was tough because the ball really started to slow down after it hit the ground and started rolling, but he did pick it up in time. Wasn't quite able to make the tag in time. It was a good slide, too. Made a nice slide to the other side of the plate. But, man, I mean, this inning started off with 2 outs, nobody on.
Talk about a 2-out rally.
And now you got 8 runs in.
All with 2 outs. That just amazes me. Especially with a guy that was just so dominant.
Yeah, he had 8 straight retired. He definitely didn't see this coming at all. It really hurts the momentum, too, because the Rockhounds have been battling back there down 7-1, made it 7-4. Looked like they had some momentum.
Looked like a manageable game from the 7-4. And the game just kind of got out of hand now.
It's just like you had said for the last game they played Healdsburg. It wasn't quite this bad, but it sounded like up until the 7th inning they were in it, and then all of a sudden, just like that, there's a big inning and they're out of it.
As pinch hitter Esteban Martinez fouls that back left side. Down 1-2. Yeah, the game the other day that we did, they were in the game. I think it was 5-3. And they ended up losing 8-3. As Wooch finally gets out of the inning. 8-run score for the Prune Packers. All with 2 outs. Rockhounds, not much time left as they're looking to get back into this game. Smith, St. Martin, Webster in the bottom half.
Logan Finley, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back. As right fielder Max Smith will lead it off for the Rockhounds. So they're now down 15-4. Justin Giovannoni still in there in relief for the Prune Packers. So the first pitch, fastball in the dirt. Smith 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, and a run scored as he swings and misses on the fastball. The 1-1. Just got a piece of Smith. Down at 1-2 now. Smith gets it off the end of his bat into left field. Falls down for a base hit. Right in front of Smart. Smart throws it on over second. Smith in there for a double.
Another strange play there in the outfield. I think the wind helped that one too a little bit, because the way that he got the read off there and left, I thought he was going to make the catch.
It looked like it was off the end of the bat to start off with. It looked like Smart might have thought it was barreled up as he was late breaking in, and the ball ended up getting away from him for Smith to get on to the second.
Yeah, we've seen that too a couple of times now. The way that the ball bounces, he's got to be ready for that ricochet it almost takes off the grass in the outfield. It takes some strange hops out there. We've seen it.
Well, that's what you got to do as an outfield. You got to test, before the game, if you have time, to find out where the holes are, where the divots are and everything like that. See how the ball plays off the bounce. St. Martin fouls the fastball up in the zone back.
There's no doubt during warm-ups that you got to have somebody out there hitting a ball to you, or even just throwing it, to find the bounces and feed the ricochet, so you know the way that it's working. Just like you play it off the wall too, you always want to throw it off the wall, see how it bounces. But even if you don't, it's better to be safe than sorry out there.
Exactly. St. Martin goes down quickly. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for the first out.
Baseman Garland Webster.
Yeah, I'm looking at my score sheet right now, and I'm seeing a whole lot of Ks on the Rockville side. Looks like 8 of them.
8, indeed. Webster drives that into left center. Smart on the track. That gets down for a base hit. That'll bring in Smith. Webster switches spots. 15-5 now.
Good job by Garland Webster on the first pitch that he saw. Great swing right there. Good balance. Good extension.
Now batting first base.
There's just no chance in left to make that play.
Especially with the wind pushing it out there too. Smart had no shot. It's Kenny Quilliton.
Struck out his first time up on 3 pitches.
Stover calls him on over. Interesting to see what they're talking about as they're down 15-5. Probably just telling him what he's seen so far from Giovannoni. He's now talking to the home plate umpire. See Webster talking to Pittman and Little over at second. Now we're ready. Giovannoni sets. Curveball in there. 0-1. The 0-1. Curveball hit on over to Little. Makes a terrible throw. That'll bring in Webster. Quilliton moves on over to second.
Man, he got way too fancy with that. He knew he didn't have a whole lot of time, so he tried to kind of throw that one submarine a little bit, almost like a big league shortstop would when they know they don't have a whole lot of time. And I'm sorry, bro, you don't got the talent to make that throw.
Well, threw it from the ground.
Yeah, it's just
entirely airmailed.
You gotta
Warren
keep
over there first.
You got to keep the fundamentals down and just throw that one from over the shoulder,
Can't get too fancy with it. Frazier now up for the plate as he fouls first pitch fastball. just behind us, 0-1.
The Rockhounds will take it, though. Another run in for them. Trying to make a comeback here. I mean, they got quite a ways to go, but 2 runs to start.
Frazier holds up on the curveball in the dirt. Evens it up to 1-1. Again, it's the pitching for the Rockhounds. That 8-run inning really just blew this game out of there. As Frazier pops it up right side, right in front of the Prune Packers dugout. Warren able to make the play despite the wind and the sun playing a factor. That'll be 2 down here with Daniel Page coming on up.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher play than it looks at home, but
Daniel Page.
good concentration right there. It takes a lot of focus to hold on to one of those.
As the shadows now coming into play. As you see one right in front of the pitcher's mound. Page takes a first pitch curveball in there. 0-1. The 0-1. Breaking ball again. Swing and a miss from Page. Down 0-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball once again from Page, and that'll end the inning. Rockhounds able to score 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Prune Packers up in the top of the 8th. After the, we'll be back.
Hi, this is Nathan Gutierrez, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back.
Leading off, catcher Clay Colzer.
As catcher Clay Colzer will lead it off in the top of the 8th.
He's like, no, I don't.
First pitch fastball in. We have a new pitcher for the Rockhounds. Max Smith hasn't pitched that much this summer. 2 innings. He's given up 8 runs in those 2. 4 strikeouts, 5 hits, and 3 walks.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a position player that seems to come in and just eat up some innings when he can. Especially in games like this. There's been several of those this summer.
Cleanup roll, as you say, as he does a breaking ball in there.
He does have 4 strikeouts in 2 innings, though. He's got some swing and miss stuff. He must.
It looks like that slider is it. He throws a curveball, popped up into center field to Nunes for out number 1. And since Smith is pitching now, we have a defensive change in right field in Dominic Fossalina.
Pinch hitting for the Prune Packers, number 10, Nick Orr.
As that'll bring up pinch hitter for the Prune Packers, Nick Orr. And since Smith is pitching now, as he throws the first pitch fastball for a strike, the Rockhounds do lose the DH. As Orr is quickly down 0-2. Smith, so far so good on the mound. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. So Orr goes down quickly. As Frazier tags him out. 2 out now.
Hopefully he can finish off this 1-2-3 inning here.
Landon Etzel.
That'd be something else.
We've seen what can happen with 2 outs and nobody on, so hopefully he can finish off this inning right here.
Want to know?
Help his ERA out a little bit.
Just a little.
8 runs in 2 innings is a ERA of 36.
Yes, it is. The 2-0 from Smith. Fastball fouled back from Etzel. Fastball again fouled back from Etzel. Smith back into this account. 2-2.
Just needs one good pitch right here.
See if we see that breaking ball. Wouldn't be surprised if we did. There it is. The 2-2. Curveball swung on, hit on in the left field. Page looks to be under it, makes the catch to end the inning. Smith with a great work out of the bullpen. Or excuse me, out of right field, I should say. It'll be a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning. In the bottom of the 8th, we have Page, Nunes, and Sandri.
Carson Haas, thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
For the Rockhounds,
Welcome back as leadoff hitter Mickey Nunes step in for his 5th plate appearance of the day. 0 for 4. As Nunes takes the first pitch fastball, looked to be a strike, but Colzer dropped it behind the dish. So it'd be 1-1, or excuse me, 1-0. 2-0.
Looks like the two housemates need to get on the same page.
Yeah, we just had, I don't know if it was Sandri's dad or what, but we just had someone tell us that the pitcher, Justin Giovannoni, and Kevin Sandri are housemates. The 3-0. 3-1. Nunes trying to find any way possible to get on.
Yeah, he had no intentions of swinging on 3-0. Oh.
As he thought he drew the walk, threw his bat, but umpire calls a changeup. Looked to be off the plate, but called strike.
Yeah, it definitely looked outside, but he has been calling that outside pitch a little bit today.
And that seems to be
Jumped the gun a little
the
there.
first one that we've seen to a lefty, because he seems to like just the right side part of the plate in general. And umpires don't usually like that, as they they see that as a show up from the hitter.
Yeah, I'd be careful to make sure you swing at the next pitch that looks close, 'cause he'll ring you up.
The full count from Giovannoni. Fastball in the dirt, walks him. She got a little stare from Nunes and Giovannoni.
Some disrespect right there.
I don't know what that was. I mean, Nunes can't really talk as the Rockhounds are down 15-6.
I don't know if it was just because the pitch was kind of by his feet. Maybe he felt like
It's part of the game. I mean,
yeah,
you can't be mad.
I've never
Didn't even hit him
understood when
either.
never understood when guys get upset at a pitch that just because it hit them. Like, it's one thing if it's intentional and it's obvious, but 9 times out of 10, batters get hit because of a mistake pitch. Like, they just lost control of it.
Yeah, they lose control. They, it slips. I mean, no one's going up there to hit you unless something happens and they retaliate with it. And obviously, that's a given.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know exactly when they're retaliating. Because when they're not, I mean, you're not just going to put someone on first base just for fun.
And usually, when you're trying to hit someone, you usually hit them with the first pitch. Then they're going to bring it to a full count and then hit you, especially in your feet. You're going to hit someone, you're going to throw them in the back.
I mean, if you mean to hit someone, that first pitch is coming at them, right? Like, it's not going to get to the point where the count is 0-2, 3-2, 1-1, some random count, and then they go for you.
Sandri hits it on past a little for a base hit. That'll bring it to first and second. No out for Willy Homza.
Homza
Second
flew out
baseman,
to
Willy
center his
Homza.
last time up. Another solid at bat, made some solid contact, but it was the first out that he had made this game.
Just seen the ball really well today. See if we can translate that into this at bat against Giovannoni. Keep his hot day going. Takes a first pitch fastball. Hits the black. 0-1. Homza hits it off the end of the bat down the left field line. That looks to be into play. It looked like the ball was in foul territory off the bat, and the wind entirely took that in back to play. So that would be a base hit for Homza.
And sometimes it's better to be lucky than
Now
good,
batting
but
pitcher,
for Homza, that
Max
continues
Smith.
one fantastic day. He's got a pair of doubles, a single, a walk.
Hasn't scored yet, though. He's been on base pretty majority of the time 4 times out of 5, and he's been stuck at second 3 of the 4 times he's been on base. Smith takes a first pitch strike.
Speaking of good days, Smith over here 4 for 4.
2 singles, 2 doubles, a run scored, and he just had a 1-2-3 inning. You can't ask for much more, that's for sure, as he fouls it off the fist. Down 0-2. Still no out. Giovanoni looking to escape damage as he throws a curveball. Catches Smith looking. That looked like it was in the dirt.
Now batting right fielder.
Yeah, that was a
Dominic
tough one right
Fossalina.
there.
Smith walks off slowly. Did not agree with the call whatsoever. Might want to stick that in the back of his head when he comes out there on the mound, the top half of the ninth. As Dominic Fossalina steps in for his first plate appearance of the day. Came in on Smith going into pitch, which means the Rockhounds lose their DH. One and 0. He pops it up right side. Warren, no play as the ball trickles out of play.
Get some cardio in there. Get the legs moving a little bit.
Defense kind of sitting back. Got to keep the defense in the game.
Yeah, games that this kind of score start to get a little boring after a while for that. The fielders that aren't getting a whole lot of work their way, and over at first, I mean, he hasn't seen a whole lot of action.
Fossalina swings and misses on that curveball from Giovanoni. Down 1 and 2. Yeah, you see that a lot of times, you know, blowout games, the defense, they get out of it. They don't know necessarily what's going on, how many outs. And, you know, it just takes that one person to kind of fall asleep as Fossalina drives that into right field. Under is Etzel, tagging is Nunes. He'll score on the sacrifice 5 from Dominic Fossalina, making it 15-7.
Yeah, good for Fossalina. He gets into the game pretty late here in a blowout. He gets to get an RBI and an at-bat there late on.
Pat the stats a little bit.
A little bit.
As Garland Webster looking to extend the inning. You have Sandri on second, Homza at first.
RBI double for Webster's last time up.
No batting gloves approach. First pitch curveball in there.
He had gloves on last time, didn't he?
I want to say he did.
I'm pretty sure. Wonder if he lost a bet or something.
One and 1 on the curveball in the dirt.
Or someone in the dugout just dared him. At this point in the game, just sitting around thinking of things to do. Hey, go up there with no batting gloves.
Might as well test it out.
It's summer ball. They like to have fun. You know, you want to win the games, but these aren't quite as important as when you're playing with your school during the year. That's kind of more for extra work to stay sharp for the next season.
Old school look, no batting gloves, stirrups. I like it as Webster flies that into left center. Smart looks to have room. Actually, Nagata makes the play. Fooled me. As that'll end the inning. Rockhounds score 1 on the sacrifice 5 from Fossalina. Due up in the top of the 9th for the Prune Packers. Etzel, Pittman, Nagata.
This is Alex Pham. Thanks for watching the Solana College Sports Network.
Bam. Good. All right, you're all done.
Welcome back as we head to the top of the ninth.
Leading off, second baseman Steven Kalina.
As Steven Kalina step on in.
Max Smith back on the mound after that 1-2-3 inning.
Looking to have another as he throws a first pitch fastball in there for a strike. 0-1.
Other than that strikeout last inning, Max Smith has been probably the MVP for the Rockhounds today, the way that his day has went. 2 doubles, 2 singles, a 1-2-3 inning on the mound. Nothing's really gone wrong for him.
With a strikeout, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it hadn't been for that strikeout last inning, it'd be pretty much a perfect game.
We just get a shake of the head from the third base umpire. Everyone's waiting.
The home plate umpire appeals to this dude again, and my man is sleeping again. He's not ready for it. They got to just appeal over to first base, honestly.
Center fielder Bryce Nagata.
As Kalina strikes out looking.
I think he was still confused by that third base umpire.
That was really odd to see. The third base umpire just seems asleep the entire game.
He just stood there looking at him like, what do you
I saw
want
him
me to
shake
do?
his head, and the home plate umpire and Frazier were both looking at him, still wondering what he was going to call. And he stood there for another few seconds and finally said no swing.
The home plate umpire was holding his arm up for a while there, and he just got tired of it. He was just let it down and just kind of sat there looking at the guy. And it's not the first time this game that's happened.
Two and one. Smith looks to have some pretty decent stuff for someone who doesn't really pitch that often. Able to hold up on the 2-1 fastball. Brings it to 3-1 hitters count. The 3-1 from Smith. Ground ball. Hit on over Sandri. Able to make the play. Off balance throw. Heading towards Homza at second.
Oh,
what a play.
That is a fine play right there. My goodness. He no balance. Threw it off his back foot. Oh,
made that look silky smooth.
That was a great play right there.
Like he's done it 100 times.
And especially after we saw the shortstop on Healdsburg try to make a similar tough play and threw it way out up the right field line.
Sandri's shown his defensive awareness and skills as he's able to show up shortstop Grant Little for the Prune Packers. 2-0.
Just need one more out here.
Little having a day himself as well. 3 for 5, but 3 doubles. and 2 runs scored. He's up 3-0 against Smith.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good day to me.
Seen the ball really well. Fastball finally finds the zone.
Shadow's starting to come into play here on the left side of the field. Got to be hard to see the ball over that way.
This little grounds on and over to Webster. Able to make the play cleanly on over to Quilliton to end the inning. Again, a 1-2-3 inning for Max Smith. Rockhounds looking to get something going. 3 outs left. They have Quilliton, Frazier, and Page.
Hi, this is Kyle Krebs. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back. As pinch hitter Nate Gutierrez. Come on in. We have a new pitcher for the Prune Packers.
Yeah, pitching for the Prune Packers is Tritt Rudkin, 17 innings pitched, 3.71 ERA. He has given up 17 hits and 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. Another one of those guys that seems to likes base runners. They got more than 1 base runner an inning again. 9 strikeouts to 4 walks is a good ratio, though.
As he's only given up 7 runs. Gutierrez takes the first pitch. Fastball in there, 0-1. Quickly down 0-2.
Rudkin coming in here throwing strikes.
Waste pitch, 1-2.
And now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's trying to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it.
I gotta try to route that back around.
He definitely
That's that
hasn't.
plate. Gutierrez drives that into center. Under it looks to be Nagata, 4-out number 1.
Yeah, I was
Got a
gonna
good
say,
piece.
he definitely hasn't called the outside strikes as much on the lefties as the righties for whatever reason. The other side of the plate just hasn't been as big a zone.
Maybe the right eye is better than the left eye.
Kyle Krebs.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to this broadcast.
As Kyle Krebs, pinch hitter for the Rockhounds, comes on with 1 out. 2-0. The wind's starting to pick up here at Billy and Louise. Three and 0.
Oh, Krebs was ready to go on that one, but I mean, we know that outside pitch. We're getting familiar with that strike at this point.
Looks like the umpire's just trying to go home at this point. Again.
I don't blame him.
Full count now. The 3-2. Krebs flares that into right field for a base hit.
Emptying the bench a little bit, like we said earlier. They were trying to get more guys into the game today, and Kyle Krebs comes in, gets himself a hit.
Left fielder, Daniel Page.
It's always nice when you're sitting the entire game, come up in the ninth inning, and able to get a base hit.
Sure, it takes something positive out of this game that you didn't think you were going to play in, for most of it, and then you end up getting in there and getting something good to take to the next one. You get a little confidence boost,
Page fouls it back. I mean, I hate to say it, but summer ball is almost, based on individual performance
really
rather
is.
than, team. Because it's summer ball, it doesn't really matter. And
yeah, it's not that the games don't necessarily matter from a personal standpoint, but yeah, like you said, the team you're playing on is not the team you're going to be playing on in the fall. Some of these guys you probably never play with again. And what you take out of the summer is usually, it's cool if your team wins, but it's usually your individual performance, what you got to work on, what you improved at.
Page gets hit in the back, right between the letters.
So yeah, I mean, for some of these Rockhound players today, even in a game where it's 15-7, it's all right, but if you didn't make any real mistakes on defense and you got yourself a couple of hits, it doesn't really matter how your team did.
Number 2, Kenny LeBeau.
Exactly. I mean, you saw Smith, out in right field, had those defensive miscues. So something to, take away as far as, individual performance. He picked himself up from the offensive side and ended up going, 4 for 5, and with 2 scoreless innings pitched.
Right. Yeah, he had an absolutely terrific day on every side of the ball. I didn't see him make any real mistakes in the outfield either. I mean, it was a good game for him.
As Kenny LeBeau will pinch hit for Mickey Nunes. Looking to get himself some work. Rudkin throws a first pitch fastball out of the zone.
There's a runner on second, too.
The 1-0. LeBeau fouls it back out of play. 1-1. Change up low in the dirt. 2-1. Rudkin looking to end this game for the Prune Packers. Maybe get a double play ball.
The Rockhounds just need the 2-point conversion at this point. Get the score. They've been needing that touchdown for a while, but you get the score, you get the 2-point conversion. Onside kick, maybe?
I like it. I like the idea. LeBeau fouls it left side. Back out of play. Evens it up 2-2.
He's just staying alive at this point, fighting. Good battle, and like you said, I mean, on a game where you're really trying to take individual accomplishments out of it, You like to see him battling two-strike approach.
This ball hits it right up the middle, right past Rudkin. Krebs stays put at third base. That'll load the bases here for pinch hitter Vinny Margiotta.
Yeah, they're playing station to station, not trying to be too aggressive.
Now batting number 4, Vinny Margiotta.
Bases loaded, 1 out. It's a good opportunity here for someone to come into the game like Vinny.
Get some work under his belt and, you know, hopefully drive in 2 runs.
Yeah, give
pad
him
his stats a little bit.
Give him some confidence going into the next game. You know, I didn't play much this game, but I got 1 really good AB in there, and I got a couple RBIs.
Takes a first pitch fastball in the dirt. One and one. The 1-1 from Rudkin. Margiotta fouls it back into the netting. Looks like I might have got him off the fist. Margiotta swings and misses on the breaking ball. That'll set him down. 2 out now for Willy Homza.
Second baseman, Willy Homza.
And Willie with 2 doubles and a single today. He's had a real good game to this point. The only thing that was completed is a big bases loaded hit.
First pitch low in the dirt. 1-0. Homza grounds out on over to Colzer, on to Warren to end the ball game. Prune Packers come out on top, 15-7. That'll put them 6-1 against the Rockhounds so far this summer. Tristan, what'd you see from today's ball game from both teams?
Well, I mean, it's more of the same in terms of this matchup. As you said, 6 out of 7 for Healdsburg. The Prune Packers have really had the Rockhounds number, and more of the same in the Rockhounds terms too. Their offense has been good, but their pitching's been worse, and that's the same case today. 15-7. You look at a high-scoring game, more bad defense. There's lots of mistakes out there, especially in the outfield today. And so, I mean, for the Rockhounds, you know, there's positives in the offensive performance out there, but they really got to figure this pitching and this defense out.
Yeah, the pitching lit them up in the 7th inning. Those 8 runs plated for the Prune Packers, and that just got the ball game out of hand. Again, Chris Savaglia with my partner Tristan Vector at Belly and Louise Yarborough Stadium here on Solano College Sports Network, your #1 source for local sports. Tune in next time.